Welcome to the Fish House Nation podcast. We're at the St. Paul Ice Show. We're doing our tours of all the different houses and talking to the manufacturers. We're with Big Bite Fish Houses right now with Troy Foss. And Troy, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Troy, we had a second to talk earlier, but tell us a little bit about why people should buy a Big Bite Fish House. What is it about your fish houses that maybe they can't find somewhere else?
We're a small company that really takes pride and spends the time to get a quality house. Top to finish is done by us. Our fit and finish is just second to none. We're not no mass produce factory at any means. I mean, we take a house, we take a frame, and we start it and we finish it all in one spot. The care that my guys take is just as much as the care that I care about our product that we put out.
Yeah, and the thing about it is you look in this, and this is beautiful. Like, I like this. I could sit here and have some coffee here every morning.
We do this little stuff different. I mean, a butcher block, probably never seen in a fish house before. I don't think we've ever built two of the same shacks. That's the other thing that's different about us. We don't have set jigs to make everything exactly the same. Our cabinets could be a foot longer in the next house that's this exact house. So that's I think is unique also, that you're not going to have the same one that your neighbor has. Sure. It's pretty much impossible, because we always change little things. Mm-hmm. And our customers have always recognized that and appreciated it.
What are some features built into your houses that people are going to notice right away when they walk in?
I've always done the whole thing where, you beat on the wall. I don't put any of my competitors down, but you go do that in some houses and your fist is going to go through the wall. Spray foam is a big one for us, and a lot of them are starting to do spray foam, but spray foam just gets a tight structure. Mm-hmm. Makes everything sealed for drafts and whatever. Then you go out to our smooth siding. I mean, it's a nice clean look. RV windows, there's a lot of customers that can go either way on them. With sweating issues, when you're using the cook stove and there gets to be moisture in the air in here, they will sweat. But so does vinyl. It's the nature of the beast that we're in. When it's 30 below outside and it's 80 in here, nature of the beast, it's going to happen.
Well, one of the cool things about you and your company, you talked about the spray foam, and that's obviously, it's nice structurally, but it's going to keep your house warmer. You guys are from way up north. Tell us about where your factory is and kind of what you do up there.
We're up in Greenbush. We're about 30 miles from the North Dakota border, or Canadian border, about 40 miles from the North Dakota border. So we're way up in the northwest corner of Minnesota. And it's priceless. I mean, the town is 750 people. Great community, excellent community to live in. We got two youngsters, my wife and I, beautiful school to go to. I mean, I love it.
And you guys know cold weather, and you've known cold weather your whole life. Tell me about where you grew up and kind of your history with fishing in hard-sided houses.
It's where we got our shop, and where we work from is 2 miles away from where I was born and raised. I've been on Lake of the Woods since pretty much I was born. I was in diapers out there. Mom was a teacher, Dad was a salesman at the time. We would leave school on Fridays, go up to Lake of the Woods, not come home till Sunday. It was every single weekend. I have seen everything and anything on Lake of the Woods. We've had to call back to shore to get somebody to come and get us, walk across planks. My sister, I remember, fell in the crack, and my dad grabbed her by the hair and pulled her back up onto the plank as we were walking across. I mean, that's the other thing that comes from what we do is I've seen a lot. I'm a fisherman, always have been. I know the stuff that breaks down. I know the stuff that can go wrong, and we've put that into our shacks to try and eliminate issues with people trying to go out and have fun. So I started the business about 9 years ago, and it was just going to be, I put up a brand new shop, and it was just going to be buddies and I, night and weekend, let's have some fun, build a few shacks. I started out as soon as I was out of high school. I would weld up a house, finish it, fish out of it for the year, sell it. And that just led into bigger things that, hey, what if we can sell a few of them and make some money, and then they're, free to use every year. And then back in 2011, I lost my mom, 58 years old. And I told you, the day of her funeral, I just about lost my dad also. And the day after I got Dad home, I went in and I put my 2-week notice in. And I said, life's short. I want to try this. And so far I'm still operating, still having fun. I got a great group of guys. They are just priceless to me. They're family. And we have fun. We enjoy making a good, solid product for our customers to use. And it's fun. And to have a business and a job that is so enjoyable it's priceless.
That's a really powerful story, and I think it's something that I think a lot of people probably should use and take with them with what they're doing. And I think that it's very cool that you did that and you're able to make it successful. And I think it takes a lot for somebody to do that and to have family to support you too. I mean, it's a tough leap, and it's difficult to change things like that.
It is. And the little chuckle is my dad is from the old days where you're comfortable. I mean, I come from an engineering career, went to college for it, and I was doing well, and Dad was so proud of me, and he wasn't a fan of this. He's like, what are you doing? You were comfortable, you got married and you got kids, and what are you doing? And
Right.
Now Dad couldn't be prouder. I mean, he's actually here with me this weekend. He's going to help me with the show, and he even said it again last night. He said, I couldn't be more proud.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, I heard that he was driving one of these trailers down for you this year, and I heard he's got a little bit of a lead foot.
we had a convoy coming all the way down from Greenbush. I got family and friends. So once again, I'm so blessed with all that. We had a convoy of 6 of us running down all the way from Greenbush all the way down here. Yeah. And I think we turned a lot of heads. And then, yes, Dad was bringing up the end of it, and he does have a little bit of a lead foot. So it was my truck, so it was all good.
Tell us about the model we're sitting in right now. What is this one all about?
We're sitting in an all-season, 16-foot all-season. All-season is just the water package with shower and toilet, kitchen sink, refrigerator, AC awning, all that's standard in our all-season models. This interior is new to us this year, and new out to the consumers. Great feedback so far. We've done a handful of them, and we really like it too, and my guys like working with it, and it's a good quality product. It's not a cheap product. I've heard people say that. It's not going to have moisture issues like I've been approached with. Not an issue. I'm a nut for testing. When I first got this product in our shop, we cut panels and we put them in 5-gallon buckets full of water. And it's sat there for a month, and I was very pleased. Yes, stuff goes wrong when you do that extreme,
Sure.
But it's not what people think it is. It's got a good solid ply of wood on the back. It's no cardboard-like stuff on the back that some people think these stuff, because there is that option in the RV industry to have a very cheap panel like this. So that's new to us this year, and it's so far, like I said, people are liking it. And we got actually a few different interior options this year, so just trying to make more options, something different. We're getting into some painted cabinets and such also. And that's the other thing with us too, speaking of cabinets, everything is done in-house. All these raised panel doors are done by us. It's and I guess that's why we take so much pride is, we're not taking somebody else's work and putting it in our product. It's done in-house, and my guys know my standards, and now they're their standards. They know that if something is wrong and a knot falls out of a door, guess what? We make another door. Right. So
one of the cool things I think about just from talking to you and the size of your company and just from this discussion, it sounds like you guys are a pretty nimble company and able to kind of change with the trends. What are some of the trends that you guys are seeing right now in fish houses that people are asking for?
Different interiors, one big one. You know, the leather sofas and stuff have come on in the last few years. 12-volt fridges has been a big thing now. There's been a lot of issue throughout the market with the three-way fridges with propane and stuff. In the wintertime, they don't work. They are drafty. So that's been a big one, which this one's got a 110 fridge in it, but we do have a 12-volt in our 20-footer on display here. Outside appearance, and I guess that's not new to the market, but versus the ripple siding that you see on the campers, and a lot of the RV industry has gone to the fiberglass smooth siding. You know, that's the look that we get with our 40 thousandths aluminum siding. You know, we do have a seam every 4 feet, but it's still a smooth, clean look.
Sure. Versus
the old traditional, you know, rib siding. Just the little things, you know, even putting our blinds in this year, you know, just a pull down blind. Little things, you know, that try to be a little bit different, you know.
Yeah, I love this couch. I could sit on this all day. What are some of the other models you have here at the show, and tell me a little bit about them?
We're sitting in the 16. We also have what we call a hunt and fish, and that's an 18 tandem. And then we brought along a 20-foot all season that will have that 12-volt fridge in it. Then we have a 6.5 by 8 hand cranks, which is new to us this year. We've never gotten into the hand crank houses before. And then upstairs we got one of our dealers this year also fish on out of Savage, and he's got a 6.5 10 upstairs, and he's got a 16 hunt and fish with AC and awning also, but not the water package.
So a lot of guys are getting into using these things all year round and taking them out in the summer, and what's the feedback you're getting there? You
know, I got a philosophy, and I don't know if this should be broadcasted because it's just my feeling, but
it's going to be.
It's you know, I think the old days were you know, you and I are going to go fishing on the weekend, and now the trend is gotten to be more family related. Mama and the kids are coming with, or I'm staying home. You know, and I'm a huge family guy. I mean, my wife is here. We did leave the kids with Grandma and Grandpa, but I think that's where this industry really has come on strong, and they get to be a bit of an investment for couples or singles. So why not use them more than the 3 months that we go ice fishing? Why not have them set up where you bring it to the campground, you throw the AC on and throw your awning out, and you're just like the camper that you used to have, you know. So I think that's where this come from, and why it's going so strong, and why it's only getting better.
So we're sitting in an 18-footer. You've got a 16-footer. You've got 18s and 20s, and you know there's some in the show that are 24 feet. But the other thing you brought up, though, is you've got some short ones here. And who's buying those, and why would they go with something like that as opposed to something like this that's more like a house on wheels?
Early ice is a big one, you know, because obviously they're lighter when they're smaller, easy pulling. You know, the people that aren't comfortable with a humongous, or have the rig for a humongous shack. 6.5's new to us, you know, this year, so we're just getting into seeing if it's going to be a big thing or not. Sure. You know, it's a little bit early to tell. This show should tell us a lot, but yeah, it's 6.5, 8 is small, which is a cute little house. Yeah. And good feedback from the vendors here that have stepped into that shack. That's another one that we did painted cabinets in. So so far so good. And my wife and I actually fish out of a 35-foot fifth wheel that we did here 3 years ago. And that one's got a slide out in it. So it's endless what we can do. You know, there's nothing we can't do.
We're at the show right now. They're setting up, so you might hear some banging in the background. Everybody's safe. We're fine, but it sounds like they're moving some stuff around. you're at the show, and you said you've gotten some feedback. What is it like for you to bring your stuff down here and talk to the people who are actually going to use these? How do you use the show, not just as a sales tool, but as kind of a research tool?
This show, this is my 8th year here. This show is unbelievable for me to listen to the feedback, good, bad, or otherwise, because I take everything to heart. So it gets a little bit frustrating when I get put down, but I learn from that. We go back and I have a meeting with my guys, and okay, we heard this, we heard this, we heard that. This, absolutely, why didn't we think of this? That, I don't think that's even feasible. We take so much back from this show. I listen, you know, and I've heard that others don't care. And once again, it comes back to who I am. I care so much about what we do. I take everything to heart, and people that have met me know that, and people that have heard about me also know that. You know, yeah, it's so personal to me, I guess is probably the way to put it. That, you know, I care. You know, nobody likes trouble. Nobody likes something wrong. We fix things. We make it right.
Is there something about your company or about your fish houses that I haven't asked you that you really want to get across to people?
I don't think so. I think we covered who I am, what we do, and yeah, I just, if you come and you meet me and you shake my hand, you will feel it right away that I'm just a caring person, that we're having fun with what we do. We make a little bit of money and we just enjoy it.
Awesome. Troy, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me into the house and sitting down and talking with me and sharing your story. It was really good to sit with you and see what it's all about.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us on the Fish House Nation podcast. We'll have lots of shows from the St. Paul Ice Show throughout the next couple months, actually. We're talking to a lot of folks, but appreciate you listening in, and we'll talk to you next time.